Okay, check it out, check it out. Come again on the bike, and today we are down on the Lower East Side. We're going to dog it around the neighborhood and try to catch up on some of the new gallery situations that are happening down here. Well, I came up the stairs with about 6 other people, and they looked in here. They didn't realize this is the new Gavin Brown space. Stephen Pippin. Does the work have a title?
It's called Omega equals 1.
Omega equals 1?
Omega.
Omega, okay. Are we going to get a demonstration, or we watch this? We'll read a bit from the press release. The machine comprises a 2x small high-quality electric DC motor and 2x high-precision gearboxes, which in turn are linked to a series of pulleys using carbon fiber bowstring. The sensors are connected directly to a micro amplifier to avoid outside interference from mobile phones, which then feeds into 5 electronic circuit boards. Direct voltage signal, which is proportional to the amount of angle away from vertical taken from 2 axes, is then fed into the motors to adjust the pencil. It's a great little engineering project. Okay, let's move on. So we're back on the street, and we're going to pop in next door to Mark Strauss Gallery, and we'll take a little stroll through Bettina Blohen. Well, we'll sweep the gallery and then come back and take a closer look at a couple of these pieces. It says in the press release that Bettina has been refining her abstract painting for nearly 30 years. And I just talked to the receptionist, and she says that Bettina is German by birth, but has been living in New York for the last, is it 30 years? Like this little piece. This is titled Mosaic. Well, I'm kind of looking at some of these things and thinking about current abstraction, and it makes me think maybe some of the stuff that Mary Heilman has been doing, or even Jonathan Lasker. It's also a nice little piece. Beaujolais country. This is a larger piece. This is 68 by 84 inches, titled Great Escape. And there's a nice quality about the lightness of the paint. And it's nice the way she's playing off the nice planes of color against pretty bold linear designs. It's titled Memories. It's also 68 by 84. Now, I like this piece. This is Double Dutch, 2014, oil on linen, 68 by 84. So that's about 6.5 by 7 feet. And gee, the way she's got this sectioned off, I actually thought she might have some collage in there, but it's all straight paint. This kind of makes me think of Wilhelm Ney, another great German abstract painter. This is elegant. Pinstripes. Small snag. 34 by 42. And we'll run in the back and see some of the smaller works. Well, these are all part of a series called Diagrams, and they're numbered. They're all acrylic, charcoal, and ink on paper. 15 3/4 by 19 inches. This is oil on canvas. Is titled Broke. 50 by 40 inches. And yeah, it's nice. She's got this underpainting of various colors that she's painted over with the black line and then filled in with this khaki. Well, here's Jerry and Roberta at the Michela Gallery, 327 Broome Street, and this is actually a very nice, decorative, wonderful show by Alexander Tolvberg, and well, we've got this grouping of paintings out here in front, and they're basically versions of the same piece, but there's slight variations, and we'll get up and take a close look. And I love Alexander's palette. And Jerry was just telling me, or Roberta was telling me, that this is on velvet, her new favorite ground to paint on, and it's pastels and acrylic with imitation gold leaf on the sides. And although these are all based on the same format, if you look closely, there are slight variations. Here's some of Alexander's larger pieces here. These are in the back row. And I would say that those are probably about, I don't know, 9 by 5 feet, something like that. And I like them. I think of Tellar, but they have a kind of a nice watercolory feel to them. Alexander's from Copenhagen. Okay, well, we caught up here with Rick Karen. Tell us about the space, tell us about the program, tell us about the show.
Yeah, welcome. This is the Leslie Lohman Museum Prince Street Project space, and they host weekly exhibitions on a rotating basis with other art organizations and independent artists as part of the Leslie Lohman program. And this is the first project in cooperation with the Queer Art Mentorship Program. So this is the third year of the Queer Art Mentorship Program.
And you curated the show.
I've curated the show, but this is the first time we've ever had an exhibition. So we've partnered with Leslie Lohman to do the first show here, and we have work by the other fellows in the program. So I was the curatorial fellow, and here we have work by Too Pretty, who's
Too Pretty.
Colin Self and Lane Kay, and they worked in performance with Caden Madsen. And they created a series of whip paintings.
That's what I was sort of looking at this and studying what they had. So we've got a couple of whips here.
Equestrian whips.
So the nice thing about this is that just the way this is all constructed, if you take kind of a detective's view of this, you can sort of put the evidence together. So we've got buckets of, or a bucket of green paint, and then the whips. And you were talking about how nice the textures of the strokes are.
You know, Lane came from Minnesota, and he came from a horse riding family. He did English style horse riding, and so he was really into these equestrian whips. And it's all green screen paint that can be keyed out. So for them, it's always this mix of performance, video, installation, music, and they created this after they made the paintings off-site. And the documentation of the creation of the project will end up being a music video for them.
Great. Tell us about the big hand.
This is a hand from Carlos Mata's We Who Feel Differently. Carlos started this project at the New Museum in 2011.
Now this is actually a digital print, is that what that is? Of a drawing?
Print of a drawing. So there are a few in the edition, and I really think of this as kind of a symbol for We Who Feel Differently, and it works really well as a symbol for queer art mentorship and the way we feel. And that's about artists who are outside of the gay mainstream, who don't want to be assimilated into heteronormative culture, and who say politely, with love, with the cufflink there, with love and respect, but no thank you to military, no thank you to traditional marriage.
And these are
artists.
These are a couple of impressive drawings, and they're on
These are brand new
vellum.
by Jeff Chadsey, and he was our mentor this year for visual art. And these are on Mylar.
This is graphite color pencil. He's got a little spray paint in there, and maybe some pastel.
Yeah, and he's really interested in old prints, and that's why he's giving you these lines, which are obviously hand-drawn, but kind of call to mind
an old engraving or something, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice job rendering the genes there.
He sources the images from the internet and then combines them, and he'll search for things like drunk, and he'll mix up frat bros with things that are a little more feminine and mix them up a bit.
Okay, we'll come in here and look at this.
This is a new series of collages by Troy Mishi.
Troy Mishi.
He is our visual artist fellow for this year. This is all called together Evo Ver, and he's interested in these magazines he found, which are from nature and wildlife magazines from Martinique, because he is from Texas, and he was thinking a lot about home, and in the books and novels and philosophy he's been reading, Martinique came up as this idea of home and homeland. And
well, didn't Gauguin spend time there in Martinique?
I don't know about Gauguin.
I think he did.
He's a traveling man.
Yeah, before he went out to the South Pacific. Okay.
So he's taking source imagery from pornography as well, and then cutting that out. So it's rare that you'll see nudity or sex acts, but he's very interested in the architecture and the style and the saturation of the paper from the 1980s era pornography.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap up on this. Thanks for telling us a little bit about the space. What's the address here?
This is 127B Prince Street.
Prince Street.
So this is at
In
Prince
Soho.
Prince and Worcester, and we'll have programs happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, for free from 7 to 9 o'clock.
All right, Rick. Thanks a lot, and as always, thank you, Kate. Whoa, thank you. Verbal ace.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Verbal ace.
Yes, the voice was me. I can't tell you how long I